Short answer test items. Take a look at the classification. Question variety, completion, association. So I already put down this thing here. Take a look at the overhead. Okay. So question variety, what is the capital of Canada? Of course, you have a blank here. Okay. And then completion, the capital city of Canada is. That's completion. Okay. And I'll show you later on what something's wrong with this. Okay. After its association, after each city, write down the name of the province in which the city is located. Say Toronto, Ontario, Ottawa, Ontario, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and so on. So this is called the association variety. All right. So the characteristic is that here you're asking for recall memory, not recognition memory. Okay, because the answer, quite unlike multiple choice, is not here. Okay, with the item. So if we look for dichotomous score, if the item can be scored dichotomously, right or wrong, okay, then it is objective scoring. If not, then it is like a very, very short essay. Is that right? So I mentioned that short answer items, they are somewhat of a cross between essay and other objective items. If there is one and only one correct answer for each item, now remember, for each item in the short answer test, then it can be objectively or dichotomously scored, and therefore it is an objective test. Otherwise, it is considered to be a very short essay test. I take a look at the advantages here. Very useful in mathematics and science, okay, where a computational answer is required, okay, or where a formula or equation is to be written. So comprehension, application, analysis, and problem-solving skills can be measured. So it is good. It is good. All right. Now, I'll give you an example here for this one here. See, the sum of twice the number and 5 is 39. What is the number? Okay. The sum of twice a number, and you're asking for what is this number? Okay. So the sum of twice the number and 5 is 39. What is the number? The number is, the answer is 17. Okay, so then examinees will have to understand the question and then will know how to calculate. All right. Okay, useful in spelling and foreign language evaluations, where specific bits of information are usually tested. All right. For example, remember what our example was letter. Letter in English is equal to carta in Spanish. So, you know, in a short answer, you may want to put down what just say association. English word here, Spanish word here. You have letter, you have carta, okay. You have number, you have numero, you know, that type of thing. All right. So that's useful in what spelling. Okay. to test for knowledge of definition and technical terms. So in general, educators feel more confident that we are getting a valid measure when the student supplies rather than selects the answer. That is to say, most educators prefer what we call rather than recognition. Okay, all right. Now, take a look at this example. Okay. X over 3 equal to 2. Right? Okay, this is a short answer question, and it was definitely better than it is multiple choice counterpart. Well, multiple choice. Okay, multiple choice is what? X3 equal to 2. Therefore, X is, you have what? You have, say, A, B, C, D. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. This examinees will have to calculate this. All they have to do is put that in here, put it in here, put it in here, put it in here. Is that what I mean? Okay. So that is what the test for knowledge of definition and technical terms. So it's good. Okay, recall memory. All right, recall memory. Okay. So we don't want examinees to just substitute, okay, answers to find X, okay. So that's not the intent, okay, of it. All right, so take a look at what disadvantage. Okay, there are few. Okay, there are few instances when an abstraction, generalization, or interpretation can be adequately represented by a word or two. So this no doubt accounts for the fact that the preponderance of short answer items measure little more than what factual recall. Right? Like, or something like this, okay, like this, okay, factual recall. Right? Number 2, it's almost impossible to write good short answer items that require the student to exhibit synthesis and interpretation. Difficult, even analysis, is that right? Difficult, application difficult, right? But then among Bloom's taxonomies, 1 to 6, 1 is the easiest for short answer question. 2, this is good, right? Application is still okay, is that right? It's still okay, but then when you go up to analysis, synthesis, evaluation would be very difficult. All right. Number 3, because short answer items are best for measuring highly specific facts. Excessive use may encourage rote memorization and poor study habits. That's to say, they commit to rote memory and without comprehending the material. So that's not good, right? Number 4, because of the variety of acceptable answers, scoring may not be quick, easy, routine, and accurate. Right? So frequently, the scorer must decide whether a given answer is right, wrong, or partially right. Okay, so whenever part mark is involved, it is not an objective test. Okay, this is not one. If it is not dichotomously, cannot be dichotomously scored, then this can lead to bias in scoring, as well as lowering the test reliability and validity, just like essay. Okay, and we'll talk a bit more about marking essay later on in another lecture. Factors to consider. For computational problems, specify the degree of precision and the units of expression. Okay, for example, okay, let's say, ask the value of pi is. So what is it? Value of pi can be what? 3.1. And so on. Which one is the correct answer? All right. So a better one will be what? Say the value of pi, up to 4 digits is, and it is 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, it is this one here, is the correct answer. All right, so you have to be specific, is that right? The next, omit important words only for completion variety. All right? If verbs, pronouns, or adverbs are omitted, a variety of possible answers will be received. And the item may no longer assess the instructional objective. All right? Let's say what? Columbus, blank, okay, America in 1492. All right? Let me put it down here. Do I have space here? All right, I want to show you this. Okay. What did I just say? Columbus. Okay. What is it? 14. There. All right. Now, so most people would say, "Oh, discover," because a lot of books use this term. But what if the examiner found? Okay, left. I think he left same year. Visited. You understand what I'm trying to say? All right. So we have to not the verbs or pronouns or adverbs, but then other than these. Okay. All right. Avoid excessive blanks. Okay, in a single item. Now, excessive omission of keywords may result in the item losing its specific meaning. Omitting too many keywords may turn an achievement test into an intelligence test or a guessing game. Let me show you this, okay? I'd like this example, okay? Okay, all right. So you are what? Actually, you are looking for this. Okay, you're looking for this. Okay. Good. Okay, that's good. Okay, but then too many blanks. What if the examiner is what? Flirts with you. S here to no T. You know what I mean? Okay? You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. Get another one. All right. So not too many blanks, and don't omit the verb, pronouns, or adverbs, that type of thing. Okay? Have the blanks occur near the end of the sentence. I mentioned this. Okay? When the blank is at the beginning or middle of the sentence, the essential point of the question may be overlooked or forgotten by the time the examiner finishes reading the item. This is especially true when dealing with complex material and or testing young children who have a limited attention span, a limited retention span. Okay, so that type of thing. All right. Okay. All right. Where's here? Direct question is better than incomplete statement. This is true. Okay. Now, it may be easier to phrase the question so that it is less ambiguous and does not provide irrelevant clues. Let me give you an example. Okay, interesting example. What is it? What is the capital city of Canada? And you have a blank here. Good. All right. Now, this is good. This is good. Direct question. But if you want to change it to an incomplete statement, or also called what? Fill in the blank. Okay. You can say, okay. The capital city of Canada is, okay, of course, you're looking for Ottawa. Okay. What about if the examiner is put down here? Okay. Big. Beautiful. Or magnificent. Can you say what? Can you tell them that you're wrong? No, it's all right. Now, and another thing is that it is more natural to examinees who are used to answering the teacher's question in the classroom rather than what? Answering the teacher's incomplete statement, right? So I hope that what I have given you enough a good reason for asking direct question instead of filling the blank. Okay? Number 6 here. The test for the knowledge of definition, okay, or the comprehension of technical terms, okay, use a direct question in which the term is given and a definition is asked for. Okay, you may ask why. Well, because the item writer may provide the examinees with the clue to the correct answer. For example, okay, a good question will be, what is internal consistency reliability? Now, a poor one will be, what is the statistical term that describes the consistency with which all the items in a test are measuring? Of course, and the answer fill in the blank is what? Coefficient of internal what? Coefficient of internal consistency. Right? So there's a good likelihood that examiner or item writer may give away the answer. Answer space. Don't skimp on answer space provided, and do provide sufficient space for examinees to record their answer. As you see that an irrelevant an irrelevant clue to the correct answer might be given by the length of the blank provided. Is that right? Okay. A shorter length means what? Oh, this kind of word, a longer length, okay, means what? A big word, a long word. Okay, so to minimize this, it is suggested that all the blanks in the test be of uniform length, regardless of the length of the answer. So you don't give away what unnecessary clue. Okay? Here, avoid giving irrelevant clues. For example, and test wiseness. Okay, the answer must begin with a vowel. Okay, so remember all those numbers: was, were, and so on. Okay, you can find all this information in test wiseness. Okay, so test wiseness. I have suggested that you not only commit to memory but overlearn the 7 secondary cues, so that every time you see a test items, they all pop up in your brain, so you know you're no longer afraid of writing tests. All right, good, thank you.